games on the table. Just finished our second run of Grim Coven. Beat the Convergence. Fun, long. But this is what we're going to cover next, guys. Dice Throne. Now, there's a lot of options for this. There's a lot of different things you can buy. I'm personally a big X-Men fan. Wolverine being my favorite, so I got this. So we're going to start with this, and then we'll go from there. If you guys like what you see, you want to see more, let me know. Put it in the comments. Any particular, I don't know what they call them on here, hero character that you want to see. Let me know. I'll see if I can get a hold of it. There are a bunch. If you go to their website, see, they have a bunch. They also here, they will show you their complexity so you can know what you're dealing with. And if you go down a little further, you'll actually see the components for each hero. I haven't opened this. I have never played it. So I'm not exactly sure what all this is. We will open this up in a minute. Do a quick little Shadow Thief. I heard the Shadow Thief is like really sneaky, hard to hit. Hero complexity 5, so pretty complex. Looks like the type of hero I would like to try. Look at her stuff. Basically the same. Got some dice, combat points, some cards, some more cards. Not really sure what all this is. Some kind of health counter. Alright, let's see what else we got. The Monk. Complexity 4. Weapon of choice, Chi. Counter, 2 cards. So everything seems pretty similar for each character. Look at these a little bit quicker. Paladin, a knight, if you like that. Another complexity 5. So they all seem to be pretty complex. Weapon of choice, sword. Don't see nothing different. Let's see what's next. The ninja. Okay, another ninja, another type of character that I would probably like to play. Complexity 2. So it looks like an easy one to get into, easy one to learn. Like I said, I've never played this, but I have heard that it's pretty well balanced. Even though certain characters have a tendency to do better than others, they say you can win with any character. So I like that. I also know that there is competitive play for this. I like that. I like competitive play. I've had a couple of games that I have played that I have played competitive. I do enjoy doing that. So if I can find any local and I get into this and it's fun, we'll see if I can give it a shot. What else you got here? With the Trent. This is the first 6 that I've seen. It's like a big tree. Weapon of choice is branches. All the same stuff. I didn't even see this up here. They actually, Wellsprings times 3. Oh, these must be the different cards. All right. Gunslinger. Another one. I love gunslingers. Doc Holliday is my favorite character from Tombstone. One of my favorites. So this looks interesting. Another complexity 2. Twin pistols. Don't see nothing different. I've heard this also described as competitive Yahtzee. That's what I have heard it described as. Samurai, a little bit in the middle. On complexity, everybody looks like they have about the same things. Just going to do a brief look at all of them. The Tactician, complexity 5. Weapon of choice is a saber. Give y'all a look at all their stuff. The Huntress, complexity 5. Possibly, I like these type of combinations. Nothing different. So we're trying to do this a little bit faster. Cursed pirate, not a big pirate person, so I don't know about this. Complexity 4. Components all the same. What else do we have? The Artificer, another one that I've never been big on this stuff. Complexity 6. So if you like the complex, you like that. Robot Army, that's interesting. Nothing different. And I'm not exactly sure what this is. Some kind of Valkyrie, maybe. An Angelic Blades with an Angel, maybe. Okay, well that's nice. I like angels. I like playing angel type characters, paladins, angels. So this might be one to look into. For me, anyway. Vampire Lord. This could be fun. A lot of people like vampires. Got blood power, complexity 4, a little bit of a challenge there. Right, we'll open this box up here in just a second. Let's get through this. The Barbarian, complexity 1. I don't think I would like that, but you never know. It might be, even though very simple to play, hard to master type thing maybe. The Moon Elf. I am a big fan of elves, bow and arrow, so complexity 2, bow and arrow. Cool looking color scheme. And we're back to the Pyromancer. All right, now we're going to go to Marvel. All right, you got Loki, because this Marvel, I know that the Marvel heroes, the Avenger types, are hard to get right now, I've been told, but the X-Men are pretty easy. Thor, one of everybody's favorite. Mjolnir, complexity 3. Captain Marvel, not too many people's favorites. Complexity 2. Doctor Strange, another probably very fun character to play. Mystic Arts, this is one I would, if I could get a hold of, I would definitely give a shot. 5. Black Widow, not really my thing. 4. Deadpool, another character. A lot of people love Deadpool, but he's definitely not my thing, so I didn't roll down. But looks like they're all basically the same. Trying to get through these. Black Panther. So these are all the Avengers. All right, here we go with the X-Men. Only complexity 2 for Wolverine. That's not the best for me. I like a little bit more complex. I think I like about a 4, 5, maybe a 3 at least. All right, so that's Wolverine. My 4 favorite X-Men are Wolverine, Colossus, Gambit, and Psylocke. And you can get 3 of the 4. I have 2 of them in this particular box I got. Storm, Rogue, never been a big Rogue fan. Complexity 3. There's Psylocke. See, I like the color scheme, the purple. Looks like she's got more dice than the other ones had, but we'll see. Complexity 3, so that's a little bit closer to my range. Jean Grey, a 6. Sonic powers, so she's complex. Not a big, not a, I like the character, but I don't think I want to play. Iceman, another popular one, but I'm not a big fan of. 4, so that's right in my wheelhouse as far as that goes. Gambit, a 6. So this is one that I definitely want to get a hold of. I like Gambit. I like the 6. Might be a little complex, especially to start, but once we get the hang of it. Cyclops is a 4. He's okay. Not one of my favorites, but okay. Spider-Man. Miles Morales Spider-Man, a 2. Scarlet Witch, a 4. And we're back to Loki. Okay, look at the shop just really quick. Accessory packs. Hero pack. I don't know what a hero pack is. These, like season 1, from what I've told, contains the first 4 heroes that they brought out. This contains the second 4 heroes that they brought out. The Adventures, from what I understand, is kind of like a way to team up and play together in like a campaign type thing. I don't know what the battle chest. This is all the Marvel. So if you really like Marvel, the Avengers, and you want to get it, if you can get a hold of this battle chest, you get all of them. There's the battle chest for the X-Men, which I won't be getting obviously since I already have half of them. Here's missions. This is the Marvel version of their adventures. What do we have here? And then you have these. These have these little standees to go along with them. A little bit more, but you get the little standees. And here's the packs. You get them, usually you buy them in packs of 2 or the big packs. So you get that one. Monk and Paladin. The Angel and the Vampire, I think. Gunslinger and the Samurai. I don't know what an Outcast Strongbox is. And then Adventure Chain. Don't know what this is either. More products below. These are just accessories, card sleeves, different sculpts for different heroes. Acrylic upgrade. So acrylic upgrade for your heroes. I'm assuming there's some cardboard in there. Card sleeves, some unpainted miniatures. Let's see. Another battle chest thing. Last chance empty season 2 battle chance. I don't know what that is. Card sleeves, dice tray. Another Premium playmat. Playmats. So playmats are always good. It's always nice to have a playmat. Card sleeves, card sleeves, card sleeves, card sleeves. More acrylic tokens. This looks like a Halloween type thing. Outcast. Marvel dice tray. More adventure. A promo pack. You probably can't get a hold of these. Yeah, these things. Some of these things you probably can't get a hold of anymore. Like I said, if you do want to go to their website, look all this stuff up. I mean, if they say they're gone, they don't say out of stock. I think I saw a couple that said that. So, all right. So, without any further ado, let's open this box and let's see what's in it. Let's check it out. Just got this today. As soon as I finished the last video, I went out and got this because I was thinking about playing this game. And I was thinking about what to cover on the channel next. And this, he had this pack, which is the one I want. Like I said, I'm a big Wolverine fan. I like Psylocke. Iceman, I know is pretty popular. Storm, probably pretty popular too. Let's get rid of that. And let's see. Let's get rid of this. All right. Let's open this up and see what's in this. How did they separate these? Okay, so they don't look separated very much at all. All right. So we have, this must be their individual cards. Looks like just like information cards. All right, so this might be part of the play. All right, what is this? Oh, okay, a book. Rules. All right, so here's the rules. Got to get this. Got to get in here and read these. So I will be ready to play when we do it. All right, here's your tokens. Your standees. So I'm assuming, I don't know what the stand. I didn't know this was that type of game. More cardboard. Health tokens. Assuming maybe put those wheels in there. Right. Here's the boards. From what I understand, you fold these boards, or maybe not. They don't look like they fold, so I don't know how. Maybe just set them down. Iceman. So they say it's like Yahtzee, so I'm assuming you look for the symbols. Right. Psylocke. There we go. There's my guy. We'll be playing him first. This will be the first guy I try. And I'm assuming this is competitive, so I have to pick somebody to play against. There's Storm. And then inside here, I'm assuming this fell out of one of the standees. All right, what do we have here? Looks like bags, maybe. All right, so this is just a bunch of bags. Cards. Dice. More dice. The little pegs for putting the wheels together. What was this one card? The freezer rule. I guess that goes with Iceman here. So we're going to put that over there with Iceman. These like Wolverine's dice. Psylocke's dice, we can throw that away. Yeah, and this is Storm. This is some Psylocke. So we're going to put Psylocke up here with her dice. Wolverine over here with his dice. And Storm with her dice. All right. Let's put these bags back in here. So that's it. I have something I got to take care of. I might come back and add to this video, open up some of this stuff once I've read it, show you what we got. I just want to do this real quick, unbox this so I can get the rules out, really. Something's holding this up. I'm assuming it's this. Put that in there. Maybe that'll help. All right, there we go. All right, we're going to put all this back in real quick. All right, guys, so this is what we'll be covering next. As soon as I get the rules read, I have some things I have to take care of. Yep, there we go. That goes there. Yeah, the other one fell through too, so just put them in. Keep the rules out. All right, guys. So this is going to be the next thing. I'm hoping this is good. Hoping it's fun. and we will be back to games on the table, and we will give this a shot as soon as I get the rules read and get everything broke out, get everything ready. So I'm looking forward to it. Hope you guys are. If you're interested, give a like, give a subscribe. You saw some of the heroes. Tell me in the comments who you'd like to see, because if this is good and I enjoy it, I will get some more and we'll test some of those. My local game store actually says they play, so maybe I can even get some footage of actual play for more than just one person playing. But thanks for the views, and I will see you next time. All right, guys, welcome back to Games on the Table. I got everything out now. I got it all laid out so we can take a good look at what we got. As you can see, each character has a main board where you roll your dice and you try and match up the symbols, try to get the different abilities which do different things. I believe these standees are for the adventure packs and the modules for the campaign mode. I don't think they actually have anything to do with the base game. This little leaflet here is kind of a layout, gives you a breakdown of your dice, and then all the different powers that you have, the tokens and what they do. And this is your CP counter. This is what you use to play cards. Each card has a cost, and you gain CP through different various methods. I think you have a payment phase at the beginning where you gain a CP and you gain a card. Then you can gain CP in other ways. You can discard a card to gain a CP, and this is how you keep track, and then you spend the CP. This is your life counter. Each one has, normally everybody has 5 dice, except for Psylocke, which has a 6 dice. It's kind of one of her abilities. It's called a, what does that say? A manifest dice. But, and then the other difference, Iceman has this freezer. He can store stuff in it so that they can't be gotten rid of by other people's powers. It's kind of a way for him to save up powers. Not exactly sure what he has to do to get them in and out, but that's what that is. Everybody has different abilities over here, different tokens. And this is just a turn order card. Always helpful to have something like this, especially when you're new. Helps you figure out what to do when. There's a timing thing. Something you probably want to read, have nearby when you play. One thing I noticed about these cards is they are a little smaller, I think, than normal playing cards. So I may have to get some specialty sleeves for these. I have some sleeves, and I'm going to take a look and see how well they fit. And if they fit okay, I might use them. Otherwise, I may have to get some specific sleeves for each hero. As far as the cards go, I've done a little research, and I think they said there's 18 cards that are the same for every hero. They have those same 18 cards, and all the rest of the cards are specific to. So, let's see what else. The way I think I'm going to go about this with the first playthrough is I'm going to take Wolverine against Psylocke. These are my 2 favorite characters, or Wolverine against Storm. Try something different, and then take Psylocke against Iceman. I don't know how well that's going to work. Like I said, this is a competitive game. And they actually have a competitive scene for this game. And one thing I know about competitive games, it's all about giving your opponent as little information as possible. And that's a little hard to do when you're playing both. You know everything that the other side has, and it's no matter how hard you try, it's going to affect your play. So if you have any suggestions on how I can do that, if you've done it or you've seen somebody that does have any ideas, put it in the comments, because I really want to play this and give it a good test. I mean, I'm sure I'll make my mistakes anyway, but anything I can do, anything that I can do, or any ideas you have to make that easier, I would appreciate it. One quick note before we move on. I do think when I played my Grim Coven video, the last one which we won, I think I did do it wrong. I think once the event deck is empty, if you have not beaten the Griefbound by then, I think you just lose. So I think it is a timer for the whole game, not just to get to the final phase. I'm still trying to verify that, but I do, from what I've read, that's the case. And if that is the case, that game is not just hard, it's very hard. I mean, you saw by the time we got to that phase, I think we had like 1 card left. And there is no way that you can beat that Grim Coven, that the Griefbound in one turn. I mean, I think he was level 4 by the time we got there, because I think it advanced once, or maybe it was 3. I can't remember, but it's 3 or 4. And I mean, that's brutal. That is absolutely brutal. So unless I messed up something else and set it up too hard for a 2-player game, I don't know. But before we get back into it, I will do a little bit more research and get that down. So if there's a particular Griefbound you'd like to see in Grim Coven, put it in the comments. If there's a particular hero you'd like to see in Dice Throne, let me know. If it's a particular matchup you like to see, let me know. And any game you like to see me cover, next game, put it all in the comments. Give a like, give a subscribe. I appreciate it. And I am now going to see about the card covers that I have, and then prepare for the match. And I will see you with that next week. Until then, find you a game. Have fun with games on the table, guys. Okay, guys, welcome back to Games on the Table. I'm having to reshoot this video. Something happened with the last one and it wouldn't play. So this is a second shot at this. The saran wrap's already off. I took it off just, I don't know, 30 minutes ago to do the first video. That's why it's not on there. But let's get into it. I got my hands on the second set of X-Men. So now we have Cyclops, Gambit, Rogue, and Jean Grey to go with the first set. Gambit's the one I'm looking forward to the most. And before I get into this unboxing, let's just say I've been playing the game. Make sure I got it down before I do a playthrough. Don't want any more mistakes like I did with Grim Coven. I've been playing Wolverine versus Storm. And because I've been more focused on Wolverine, I think I haven't been giving Storm justice on how she plays. The one time that I finished, Wolverine did win, but like I said, I don't think I did Storm exactly right. So I'm going to give that another shot, focus a little bit more on Storm. But outside of that, let's get into this box. Sorry about missing the saran wrap, but we will get this off. All right. I do have a blown up view so you guys can get a better view. All right. What we have here is just a rule book, assuming it's the exact same as the other one. We'll set that off to the side. This is your little leaflets, guys. Each hero gets one of these. One side is where you put all your stasis tokens. Tells you what they do, your stack limit. You got your dice facing, so you can see what kind of dice. In this case, Jean Grey has a board right here. And I know this only because of the last unboxing and I read it. Basically, Jean Grey swaps every turn between Jean Grey and Dark Phoenix. You put that on a board. I'll show you that when we get to it. Let's take a look at each one of these. And we got Cyclops here. He only has 3 different stasis tokens. Jean has a 3-2-1 dice facing. Cyclops also has a 3-2-1. We have Rogue, who has a 3-2-1 as well. Only 3 different types of stasis tokens. This one has 2 different types. So once I get in and start reading the rules, we'll figure that out. Then we have our boy Gambit, who seems to have 4 different types of stasis tokens, even though this is his ace cards. Not exactly sure how they work. We will figure them out. I do believe this molecular acceleration works with them. Now he has a more challenging dice facing. He has the 3-1-1-1. So you're going to have to really get lucky with your rolls to get these. So he has a more challenging dice setup. Set that off to the side. We've already talked about the Phoenix board. We'll bring this back out here in a minute once you get to her board. Here's your cardboard, all your tokens, all your stasis tokens. The different characters, we'll get those punched out and put them in the bags. These little standee figures, I think, are for the missions. the extra game you can get, which, good news, I do have that on order. So I am going to get it. I'm getting the Marvel one. So that is something I can play solo. So we'll be able to get in and see the mechanics of the characters if we don't get to see the head-to-head. Which, while I'm talking about that, I really am enjoying this game. I really like to get into it. So if you know a way that I can go head-to-head and make it a little bit more fair, put it in the comments. Any suggestions would be welcome. I'll try out anything. I'd like to make it as fair as possible. It'll never be completely the same, obviously. No hidden information. But I'm going to give it my shot. I am going to put something on there. You guys tell me how I think I did. I'll be recording that video after this one. Here's all your CP counters, your life counters, the tokens for those. Get those punched out, get those put together. All right, here's the boards. Here's your player boards. This is your dice roll and what you're looking for. Cyclops, pretty standard stuff. 3 dice defense, different types of rolls. Your mini alt, your alt, your straights, your basic attack. And then all his other. He's got teamwork. That looks like a unique ability. Teamwork. Gain 2 support. Then deal 5 preventable damage. If a leadership card was previously played this turn, add 2 more damage. So I'm assuming his leadership cards are in his deck. All right, now we're going to get on here to Rogue. One thing I've noticed about the rest of the characters outside of Cyclops is they all have a passive ability, something none of the other X-Men had. Right, so here's Rogue. Same dice settings. 4 dice defense. She's got a passive here. It's called Ionic Drive. Let me see if I can read this real quick. Whatever damage is successfully dealt to you from an attack, gain ionic energy. This excludes damage from ultimates. On 6 or less damage, gain 1. On 7 or more damage, gain 2. So there's the different symbols, a 1 and a 2. And I'm assuming there's ways to spend them. And maybe you're limited in your ability to get change. If you want to spend 1, but you have 2, you have to spend both. Something we'll have to figure out. And here's our boy Gambit, who's going to have a challenging dice roll. You got to roll 2 of these with a 1 of 6, 2 of those with a 1 of 6. Ultimates always, many ultimates here. Even this ability. Both of these are 1 of 6. So his abilities are going to be kind of challenging. Unless this card thing that he has helps affect his rolling, he's going to be kind of challenging. All right, for his passive, which is called High Stakes. During your upkeep phase, choose to roll 2 dice or 5 dice. And if you roll either the gold swirl, the black club or spade, or the red heart or diamond, you get 1 accelerant. All right, and then the difference between the 2 dice or 5 dice, if you decide to roll 5 dice and you roll a 1 on any of those 5 dice, you gain nothing from this ability and remove 1 molecular acceleration. So basically, this is how you get your accelerations. I'll show you the cards, and I think I know how this works. I'm not 100% sure. But if you take a chance and you go big with the 5 dice, you have a chance of not only not getting any, but actually losing 1. So it's a risk-reward thing. That's Gambit, the gambler. Then we have Jean, our character who swaps back and forth. I know on her first turn she has to start out as Jean, and then during her upkeep she'll swap to the Phoenix. Then on her next upkeep she'll swap back to Jean Grey. So she is going to be a back and forth. Because she uses the same board, I'm assuming the only thing that changes is this ability. When you're the Dark Phoenix is active, skip your income phase. So every other turn you're going to skip your income phase. When you activate an offensive ability, if your dice show 3 of a kind, either add 2 damage to your attack or inflict Phoenix burn. So that's what she gets when she's Phoenix. Now, when she's on her Jean Grey side, draw one card at the beginning of the main phase. So she's going to get one during her income phase. She's going to get another card at the beginning of main phase 1. And then when you activate an offense ability, if your dice show 3 of a kind, draw another card. So even though she loses her income when she's the Phoenix, she gains a lot of cards. Now, it's not going to help with CP none, but it will get her some cards. So she's going to have a lot of cards. She has a passive ability over here called Call of the Phoenix. Jean Grey must begin active for your first turn. We already discussed that. For all subsequent turns during your upkeep phase, you must switch between Jean Grey and Dark. So this is just telling her about the swapping. That's all that is. All right, so that's Jean. I've already separated all this out. This is just the bags. This is just the little pieces to put the life counters and the CP counters together. Everybody's separate cards. And then here's Gambit's aces. Now I'm assuming that accelerator are these. So basically you've got to get 4 on this ace of hearts. And then you get an explode effect. You can add 2 damage and roll 1 dice, and you can heal half the value. So you can add an extra 2 damage, and you can heal with this. And I'm assuming as you gain those accelerants, rolling the 2 or the 5 dice, you can decide where to put these. So I'm assuming you just lay these by your board, you fill them up, and you use them. We've got the Ace of Diamonds with only 3 charge ups. Add 2 damage and regain up to 2 ace cards. Oh, excluding this one. So I'm assuming you can only use these. Once you use one, they're gone. And then when you want to, you use this to get 2 of them back, but you can't get this one back, so you can't keep doing it. So you basically have 4, 5, 6. You can use this 6 times in a game, unless maybe there's some cards in his deck that'll let him bring some back. Which, if there are, you'd always want to get this one. Then you've got the Ace of Clubs, only 2 charge ups. Add 1 damage. If you activated an offensive ability utilizing either the black side of the dice, also roll 1 dice at half the value as damage rounded up. So this is a nice little damage explosion. Only 2 charges too. That's pretty good. Then we've got the Ace of Spades, 4 charge ups. Add 3 damage. If you activate an offense ability using the little gold swirl symbol, you get to also add 2 damage. So that's his. Can't think of nothing else I need to cover. So like I said, I really want to get into this game, guys. So if you enjoy Dice Throne, want to see more Dice Throne, leave me a comment. Tell me what matchups you'd like to see, any heroes you'd like to see me get and play against the X-Men or play against somebody else. I will say that during my research of this game, I have found that the Shadow Thief and the Cursed Pirate seem to be the 2 top dogs. They seem to be the ones that everybody's ranking very, very high. So I want to get both of those. Not because I want to play them, but because I want to get a strategy to go against them with my X-Men. If what I understand about the format is bring 3, ban 1, I would love my 3 to be Wolverine, Psylocke, and Gambit, but I may have to get a little bit more balance if that doesn't work. But even still, if those are the 2 top dogs that everybody's talking about, I need to get them, I need to play them, I need to learn them, I need to learn a strategy against them. So if you have any suggestions with regard to that, put them in the comments, guys. I would love to read them. Other than that, if you have a different game you'd like to see me play, put that in the comments as well. I will definitely look into it. I'm willing to do what you guys want to see. But I really would like to give this game a really fair shot. I'd like to play it. I'd like to even maybe get you some competitive play. I do know my local game store plays every other Thursday. And that's going to be this Thursday coming up. I'm recording this on a Tuesday. So Thursday, I will be going up there. I have to work that day, so hopefully nothing goes wrong there. And get some experience, ask some questions. That's my plan. So, little thing slipped out here. I don't know if we're going to be able to get it back in. There we go. So thanks for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe. And I will see you next time on Games on the Table. Hopefully, it'll be a playthrough with Wolverine and Storm. And if they're short enough, I may even have a playthrough with some other combination. Like I said, it'll either be Psylocke or Gambit, depending upon if I get Gambit figured out. I know he's complexity 6. But now that I have a few more options, I could take my 3 favorite heroes up against Iceman, against Cyclops, against Rogue, against Phoenix. And hopefully, eventually, we will get a hold of the Shadow Thief, and we'll get a hold of the Cursed Pirate, and we'll be able to play against them. That's really what I want. I want to get those 2, and I want to go up against them. I want to go against the top dogs and get a strategy together. But for now, let's just learn the game. Let's learn our heroes. Once again, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time on Games on the Table.